Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have some extreme cleaning motivation. I deep cleaned my entire house. This is a messy house clean with me, but also cleaning my filthy basement. I am doing a basement clean out here. The final one after my house was flooded. I finally got it back in order after many, many times of going through it all. I decided to take you guys along with me. I really went to town on getting absolutely every inch deep cleaned into my house this week. I was on a mission, so grab your favorite beverage, as I say. I hope you guys are all doing well, and let's do it, you guys. Yeah! You're so cute. Hey you guys, how are you doing? I hope really well. I had my work cut out for me this week. As you can see, this other partial side of my basement was a complete disaster. I had been dreading finally cleaning this up for the last time. I can't even tell you, after your house floods, especially in the basement. I have a decently sized property, and when it's an entire basement, you keep having to go into sections to bring out boxes to clean out, to get into different drawers and cabinets. And so probably about last week, we kind of started taking things out one last time to go through them, because we kept having to maneuver things around when people were cleaning things out over the last 2 months or so. So I kind of had everything just thrown about the final one. I mean, I must have gone through this basement, 5 different times, but I really wanted to just make it really minimal, just really get in there and declutter and organize the whole basement. Um, it's so much more, it's so overwhelming when you first look at it, especially because it looked a lot cleaner even just 2 weeks ago when I didn't have absolutely everything taken out of every cabinet and drawer. But I was kind of dreading doing this, but I knew it had to be done. And sometimes for me, the best way is to do that. Just take absolutely everything out, just literally fling it all over the floor, because it forces you then to go through every inch, every square inch of this basement to get it really how we want it. And as you can see, it was just a total mess. You really don't even realize everything that you accumulate over the years until you have a flood like this. I mean, just between boxes, construction items. I mean, my husband works in construction, so part of that basement was his work area, which was just terrible because so many things got destroyed. And to give you guys a quick update, I never received any FEMA assistance, which is just, pretty disheartening. The counties and governments decided to not give out individual assistance to the public, just for themselves. So, it was pretty disheartening that that happened, but thank goodness that John and I are as determined and as handy as we are, because we had to do everything by hand, which is why this last section of the basement we had put off. We thought that we were going to get assistance, so I had a lot of it just pushed off to the sides and kept a lot of it in the cabinets, so that we could eventually get to it with thinking that we were going to have assistance. But since that didn't happen, it was back to us, rolling up our sleeves and doing it ourselves. So I wasn't thrilled about it, but it had to get done. And, give yourself a pat on the back if you are accomplishing things like this in life. It's not easy. Life just throws you these curveballs, and you just have to keep going. I mean, I'm the type, like, what else am I going to do? If I sit there and, cry over it, it's still going to be a mess, and it still needs to be completely decluttered and sanitized. So this was on Sunday, and I had the day completely free, which doesn't happen very often, and it's John's one only day off. So I wanted him there while I was cleaning it. That way he could tell me what he wanted to keep, anything he wanted to replace or sell, and also carry a lot of those big heavy boxes for me. I needed those muscles that day, okay? But it was just so funny that Maddie was determined to help me down here. I swear it's just in the genes. We're all a very determined bunch when we want to get something done, and she's right there with us. I was just taking everything off of the washer and dryer down here. We actually have two different sets of washers and dryers in this house, so it was going to be really nice to have this second set again downstairs that we could start using again. And oh, just the boxes, so many construction items that I had to go through, you guys. But we're really excited that this is finally going to be cleaned up. John's going to paint down there and do some of his magic work to get it all looking pretty and new again after it was cleaned out. And I can't even tell you how happy I am that this is finally like a chapter I can close in my life. It's been going on since Christmas, if you've been following me. So I was just putting everything into the cabinets and different drawers that we have to keep it safe, and it really felt so good to be able to move on from this, you guys.
You got something I can never be without, yeah. I'm in your command. Thought I was a man of my own will. It's been 2 years. I'm only a shadow of the good on me now. A breeze in my ear, 'cause you know I cannot say no to you. Feeling like home, but should it be like this? Locked up in your dome, you know I fight for you. What do I do? Every time you call my name, what do I do? You're whipping me into madness. I try to lay low, but I can never stay away from you. What do I we can't stop it, so I keep on rolling in silence. So I keep on rolling in silence. I find myself apologizing when you've started it. Why? Under a spell, I really wonder how did it come to this? Go see my friends, but then I realize they're all your friends. Is this who I am? You see me running around in circles, feeling so sweet, but should it be like this? I'm loving the heat, I think I'm losing it. What do I do? Every time you call my name, what do I You're whipping me into madness. I try to lay low, but I can never stay away from you. What do I we can't stop it, so I keep on rolling in silence. So I keep on rolling in silence. Is this really healthy? Maybe I need therapy, yeah. Red carpet for you, let me hold your bag. I'll carry your shoes, I think I've lost it. What do I do? Every time you call my name, what do I You're whipping me into madness. I try to lay low, but I can never stay away from you. What do I we can't stop it, so I keep on rolling in silence. So I keep on rolling in silence. Keep on
morning, you guys. The weather outside has been crazy, just a total change from last week. Being in the 80s, we're now back into the 50s and it's just rainy and windy. Is anyone else getting hit with just so much rain? It's just been crazy. So I decided there's no better time to start deep cleaning the house as much as I want to be outside on a rainy day, right? So I also want to clean up my bedroom, declutter and organize some of my clothes. I got gifted some clothes from Maddie. I need to go through that. Of course, do the everyday pickup in here. I then want to paint my hallway. It got so destroyed from the winter blizzard that we got hit with. It's one of the last things on my list to actually get cleaned up from just the equipment and things coming in. So I finally picked up the paint to get that done. I'm super excited to get that started. And then I'm moving into my kitchen to hit all of my windows and window tracks because of all of that rain. I see some mold in there and I want to get that out immediately. I have quite the list to get going here, and of course all the everyday, regular mom mess and things in the kitchen that I'm going to try to throw in. Just gonna see what we can get done and get started. So I hope you guys are doing well and let's do it. So moving into my bedroom here, I had clothes thrown absolutely everywhere. My windows needed to be deep cleaned, and I really wanted to tackle a few of these drawers since the weather will be changing, and I know I will be needing a lot of those lighter clothes that I'm so excited to be bringing out. I wanted to see what I had, and I had also been given some clothes for Maddie, so I needed to kind of sort through all of those. And I like to start in the bedroom because this is actually the easiest part of what I was going to be tackling on this day. My kitchen, I was going to be moving all of the appliances and really deep cleaning in there, as well as painting my hallway. So I wanted to start out with what I feel is like the least messiest and easiest task of the day. So I was just starting off by giving everything a surface wipe down, going through the clothes, and putting everything back into the drawers that I wanted, moving Maddie's clothes into her room, and then tackling my windows. I felt so good getting this done. I felt much more re-energized after getting the basement tackled. John is already working on picking out paint colors and different things that he wants to do out there. We're going to take part of it to make, again, for a space for him to work in, but also make a little craft area and extended play area that we used to have down there for Maddie and, her friends and cousins when they come over. So I felt really good just coming back into these like normal messes, even though I had a lot to do because it was being neglected, obviously, when I was taking care of the basement for an entire day. But it honestly didn't feel too daunting to me after tackling such an extreme, you know, declutter down there. So I was really glad to get back to my normal everyday activities. And since it was really just cold and rainy out, it was the perfect day to just go in and deep clean everything.
I'm somewhere in the middle, try to find myself again, but life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions I'll go, running to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times, to better times.
So after I was finished vacuuming and feeling victorious on all of the things I'd accomplished, I walked into my kitchen and had a grocery delivery that I didn't have a chance to do a haul for. I'm hoping to get more back into organizing my kitchen in the upcoming weeks, but I also know I'll be doing a lot of outdoor work as well with the weather finally changing back. I know for us, I don't know what it's like in your area, but by mid-May is when we finally are in what I consider, the start of summer weather. So we have a lot of outdoor things to be doing as well. which is why I really wanted to deep clean under my stove. I didn't realize how disgusting it was until I noticed just a few food particles that I was trying to clean up, and I had John move it, and I just couldn't believe what a mess it was. So I felt like it was the perfect time to do it now, since I am going to want to be outdoors once that weather goes back to how I like it and how I prefer it at this point. But I just decided first to put all of the groceries away, get the dishwasher loaded up, and I also needed to tackle my windowsills because of all of that rain we were having, you guys. It was just absolutely it was just gross. It got into the window track so easily, and I just decided to take a mixture of some baking soda, peroxide, and a little bit of dish soap, and that does the trick really well with a thin scrub brush. If you have any kind of mold or just dirt in general that you need to, get out of your window tracks. I'm determined to hit all of them up in the next upcoming weeks. I have a lot of windows in this house, so it will be a process, but I have never found something that works easier or better. And as you can see, it was just absolutely disgusting. I do not know how it gets that bad so quickly, but I just know that when you have that much rain, it's kind of hard to, avoid it. I think some of it just seeps in regardless. So just decided to scrub all of that down, really in that deep cleaning mode to get the house really sanitized and feeling, clean again. And that way I could focus, on the everyday mom tasks. A lot of the times to me, just doing these deep cleaning things, they just take up so much time. It may not even seem like it, but you know how it is. It's like you have to take all of a sudden a time block of your day to get it done. So I did this while Maddie was at school on one day. That was the perfect 2-hour block to really get in there. And I decided to clean my baseboards, my heater, and my trash bin, which was just absolutely filthy. So I was just checking off all of those neglected areas, those really filthy items, and it felt so good once it was done.
I would do anything, I would do anything for you. You know you're everything, you know you're everything to me. Spitting shade in the cold, it's just my bad temper. What am I supposed to do? When the flames going high with my bad patience, I hate it always falls on you. But you know it's not about our love fading. You know it's not about, yeah. You know it's not about our love ending. You know it's not about us. 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 I think I'm arsenic, but you don't mind that I'm toxic. Somehow you're fine with it, even when I'm chaotic. You see the shade in the cold, it's just my bad temper. What am I supposed to do? When the flames going high with my bad patience, I hate it always falls on you. But you know it's not about our love fading. You know it's not about, yeah. You know it's not about our love ending. You know it's not about, it's not about us. You know it's not about us. You know it's not about us. You know it's not about us.
After I got the window tracks back to my liking, I was just going through the walls behind my curtains. There were so many little stains I didn't even realize that were there. So I was just tackling that, and my garbage can desperately needed to be cleaned out. I mean, look how gross that is, you guys. So I had been ignoring that for quite some time. Obviously, as you can see, I've had other priorities on my hands, but that's why I was so determined to get into all of these neglected areas. And honestly, just using some Dawn dish soap with a scrub brush got this done really quickly, and I'm just going to make sure I try to stay on top of it next time. I really want to take all of the garbage bins and even the ones outside when the weather warms up and just spray them all out with a hose and some soap. And get everything really cleaned out. But for right now, I was just doing the inside that I could see really easy and the outside. I'd like to pick up some more of the Barkeeper's Friend for all the stainless steel ones as well. It's always a work in progress, but just get done what you can while you can, as I say, because there just is never enough time. There's just always something else to clean and something else that gets messed up, especially if you take the time out of your day to do a couple of deep cleaning tasks. So I was using some of the Scentiva Clorox Scentiva wipes in the coconut scent. I absolutely love the scent of this. It just screams summer to me and just made the house smell amazing, using it all over the floors and my countertops. And after I got all of this mess cleaned up, I finished up my kitchen by just giving my sink a quick rinse out and then mopping my floors, the everyday usual tasks before I had John come home to move the stove so I could get that deep clean done and move on to painting.
Never up, never down, never. Like a theme in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I can see everything clearer. Trying to fly 'cause I'm light as a feather. But I get high, I get low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever.
It just felt so good to tackle all of these neglected areas and getting my house back together. It's been such a process for me, guys, and it's been so easy to neglect these, behind the appliance type of situations when I've had so many other real life, events occurring. But it makes me feel like my life is coming back in order, and I'm desperately trying to keep on top of it so that no more catastrophes happen in my life. I'm hoping for a really uneventful summer coming up. I'm just finishing out this video by touching up the paint, like I said, with the machines and things coming out to clean the basement. so much just got nicked when they were dragging, items in and out as well, and all of the trash. It totally needed to be retouched up in so many different areas. Luckily, I actually had quite a bit of that paint that I had used left over that was in the garage and wasn't damaged in the flood, which was the silver lining because it was the one thing that I didn't need to repurchase. Mama has spent enough in the past couple of months with all of the disasters that I have had, but I just felt so accomplished in this video. I got so much checked off of my list. I hope that it was motivating for you guys and that you are all just taking on life day by day and doing well, hitting better weather than I am, and I can't wait to get back outdoors and get the spring and summertime started. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.